Have you ever felt the subtle, yet crushing weight of needing someone else's approval? That gnawing feeling that your worth is somehow contingent on external validation? It's a pervasive human experience, a silent struggle many of us share, whispering doubts in our ears, shaping our choices, and often leaving us feeling profoundly unfulfilled. We chase likes, comments, and accolades, mistaking fleeting attention for genuine self-worth. We mold ourselves to fit the expectations of others, sacrificing our authentic selves on the altar of acceptance. This relentless pursuit, however, is a Sisyphean task. The validation we crave remains perpetually just out of reach, leaving us perpetually empty. The anxiety it breeds is insidious. The constant need to please, to prove ourselves, to be seen in a certain light, it's exhausting. It can lead to people-pleasing behaviors, a relentless cycle of seeking approval and sacrificing our own needs and desires in process. We become masters of camouflage, adept at hiding our true selves, afraid of judgment, afraid of rejection. But what if I told you this isn't your fault? That this struggle, this yearning for external validation, is a deeply ingrained human condition, a legacy of our social nature, a consequence of our inherent need to belong? Understanding this universal experience is the first step towards breaking free from its grip. This journey, though challenging, is a path toward profound liberation, a path that begins with recognizing the weight we carry and accepting that true fulfillment lies not in the fleeting approval of others, but within ourselves. And that journey, my friends, is one worth embarking on. It is a journey towards the unshakable foundation of inner independence and self-acceptance. A journey we'll explore together. At the heart of our relentless pursuit of external validation lies a powerful, often unconscious force: the ego. Think of the ego not as a villain, but as a survival mechanism, a fragile part of ourselves desperately seeking reassurance of its worth. It thrives on external affirmation, clinging to praise and approval like a lifeline. Without it, the ego feels threatened, vulnerable, exposed. This desperate need to be validated often manifests as a carefully constructed social mask, a persona we present to the world designed to elicit positive responses. This mask is not inherently malicious. It's a protective shield, a way of navigating a world that often feels judgmental and unforgiving. We become adept at anticipating the needs and expectations of others, anticipating their reactions, tailoring our behavior and words to ensure approval. But this constant performance comes at a cost. The more we rely on external validation, the further we drift from our authentic selves. We lose touch with our inner voice, our own unique perspectives and desires, becoming mere reflections of the expectations placed upon us. The mask becomes our reality, stifling our growth and hindering our ability to connect with others on a genuine level. It's a lonely existence, this constant striving to meet the impossible demands of a world that can never truly satisfy the ego's insatiable hunger for approval. Yet, understanding this mechanism is a crucial step towards freedom. By recognizing the ego's role in our pursuit of external validation, we can begin to disentangle ourselves from its grip. We can start to see the mask for what it is, a temporary construct, a product of fear, not a reflection of our true selves. This understanding, this awareness, is the first step towards shedding the mask and embracing the authentic, powerful individual we truly are. And that journey, as challenging as it may seem, is a journey toward profound self-discovery and liberation. The philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer offered profound insight into the human condition. Our relentless search for external validation is a futile attempt to fill an inner void. He understood that true fulfillment doesn't originate from the opinions of others, but from within. Seeking validation from the outside world is like trying to quench an unquenchable thirst with salt water. It only intensifies the feeling of emptiness. This desperate pursuit stems from a fundamental misunderstanding of self-worth. We mistakenly believe that our value is determined by external factors, the opinions of others, our achievements, our possessions. We become dependent on these external sources for a sense of self, a precarious foundation that crumbles at the slightest hint of disapproval. It's a fragile house built on shifting sand. Schopenhauer philosophy illuminates the illusory nature of this pursuit. The approval we crave is fleeting, conditional, and ultimately unsatisfying. It offers only temporary solace, a fleeting illusion of security that leaves us perpetually longing for more. This constant craving is a vicious cycle, a self-perpetuating trap that keeps us bound to the opinions and judgments of others. This dependence on external validation prevents us from cultivating genuine self-worth, a deep-seated understanding of our inherent value independent of external factors. It's a journey of self-discovery, of peeling back the layers of societal conditioning and uncovering our authentic selves. Only then can we break free from the illusion of external worth and embrace the unwavering truth of our intrinsic value. The path toward this inner independence begins with recognizing the futility of the chase and embracing profound potential for self-love and self-acceptance. It is a path to a life lived authentically and fully. The relentless chase for external validation comes at a steep price. It's a path paved with anxiety, insecurity, and a profound sense of emptiness. Imagine constantly checking your social media, refreshing your feed, hoping for a surge of likes or comments, a desperate attempt to fill a void that only grows larger with each passing moment. This is a reality for many who are caught in the cycle of seeking external approval. The consequences are far-reaching and deeply impactful. Emotionally, we become slaves to the opinions of others, our moods fluctuating wildly based on approval or disapproval we receive. A single negative comment can send us spiraling into self-doubt, while a deluge of positive feedback offers only temporary relief, a fleeting high that quickly fades. This emotional instability is exhausting, leaving us perpetually on edge, constantly seeking reassurance. Crippling anxiety becomes a constant companion. The fear of judgment, the fear of rejection, the fear of not measuring up, these fears become all-consuming, shaping our decisions and limiting our potential. We hesitate to express ourselves authentically, afraid of disapproval, afraid of being seen for who we truly are. This fear of vulnerability prevents us from forging deep, meaningful connections. Low self-esteem is another inevitable consequence. When our sense of worth is contingent on external factors, we become perpetually insecure, constantly questioning our value. We struggle to recognize our strengths and accomplishments, focusing instead on our perceived flaws and shortcomings. Authentic connection becomes elusive, as our need for validation hinders our ability to truly see and appreciate others for who they are, instead focusing on how they perceive us. The result is superficial relationships, lacking depth and genuine intimacy. Breaking free from this cycle requires a courageous act of self-compassion and a commitment to building a foundation of self-worth from within. It's a path toward a more authentic and fulfilling life. The pursuit of external validation is often described as an addiction, and for good reason. It shares many of the hallmarks of addictive behavior. The fleeting highs, the ever-increasing need for more, and the diminishing returns. Each hit of validation, a like, a compliment, a positive review, triggers a temporary surge of dopamine, reinforcing the behavior and creating a powerful feedback loop. It's a dopamine-driven cycle, and like any addiction, it's incredibly difficult to break. The problem is that the highs are fleeting, and the need for more grows exponentially. What once felt satisfying now requires a larger dose to achieve the same fleeting sense of fulfillment. This relentless pursuit leads to a vicious cycle of craving, consumption, and dissatisfaction. The more we chase external validation, the less fulfilling it becomes, creating a deep-seated sense of emptiness and frustration. It's a classic case of diminishing returns. The effort expended far outweighs the reward received. The unsustainable nature of this cycle is clear. We can't rely on external sources for our sense of self-worth. Others' opinions are fickle and unreliable, constantly shifting with their moods and perspectives. Building our self-esteem on such a shaky foundation is destined to fail. The pursuit of external validation is an endless race. A Sisyphean task where the rock of approval perpetually rolls back down the hill, leaving us exhausted and empty-handed. Breaking free from this addiction requires recognizing the illusory nature of the reward and cultivating internal sources of validation. It's a journey of self-discovery, of learning to value our own strengths and accomplishments, independent of the approval of others. This is a path toward a life of genuine fulfillment, a life rooted in self-acceptance and inner peace. It's a journey worth taking. The path to liberation begins with a conscious decision to reject the need for external validation. This is not a passive acceptance of status quo, but an active, intentional choice to redefine our sense of self-worth. It's a powerful act of defiance against the ingrained societal pressures that have conditioned us to seek approval from others. This initial step, however, can feel unsettling. The comfort of seeking external validation is a familiar, albeit deceptive, haven. Stepping away from it can trigger feelings of unease, insecurity, and even fear. We may experience a period of discomfort, a withdrawal from the familiar highs of external approval. The ego, accustomed to external props, will resist this change, whispering doubts and anxieties. It's crucial to acknowledge these feelings without judgment, recognizing them as a natural part of the transformative process. This initial discomfort, however, is temporary. As we continue to cultivate inner independence, we begin to experience a profound shift in perspective. The constant need for external reassurance fades, replaced by a growing sense of self-reliance and inner peace. The clarity that emerges is empowering. We begin to see ourselves not through the distorted lens of others' opinions, but with newfound self-awareness and acceptance. This journey is not about becoming indifferent to the opinions of others, but about becoming independent from them. It's about recognizing that our worth is not determined by external factors, but is inherent, intrinsic, and undeniable. It's about embracing our authentic selves, flaws and all, and finding fulfillment in our own unique journey. This is the transformative power of self-acceptance, the foundation upon which genuine self-worth and lasting fulfillment are built. The discomfort is temporary. The liberation is forever. As we release the grip of external validation, a remarkable transformation unfolds. A profound clarity emerges, illuminating our true selves, unburdened by the distortions of others' opinions. We begin to see ourselves with greater honesty and compassion, recognizing our strengths and weaknesses without judgment. This increased self-awareness is not a narcissistic pursuit, but a necessary step towards genuine self-acceptance. It's about understanding our inherent worth, independent of external validation. With this clarity comes a newfound conviction in our decisions. No longer swayed by the opinions or expectations of others, we are empowered to make choices aligned with our values and aspirations. We are no longer afraid to take risks, to pursue our passions, to express ourselves authentically. The fear of judgment diminishes, replaced by a quiet confidence that stems from an unwavering belief in ourselves. This isn't arrogance, but a healthy self-respect born from inner strength and self-knowledge. This inner conviction translates into a powerful sense of agency. We become the authors of our own lives, actively shaping our destinies rather than passively reacting to external pressures. We are no longer beholden to the expectations of others, free to forge our own paths and define our own success. The weight of external validation lifts, replaced by a lightness of being, a sense of freedom that is both exhilarating and empowering. We become masters of our own narratives, empowered to create a life that is authentically ours. This is the transformative power of inner independence, a journey toward a life lived fully and without reservation. It's a life empowered by self-belief and unwavering conviction. Arthur Schopenhauer, the 19th century philosopher, offers a potent antidote to the crippling need for external validation, the cultivation of inner strength. He understood the futility of seeking fulfillment in the fleeting opinions of others, recognizing that true peace resides within. His prescription? Self-knowledge, achieved through introspection and solitude. Schopenhauer believed that by turning inward, by honestly confronting our thoughts and feelings, we can unravel complexities of our own being. This process of self-examination is not a self-indulgent exercise, but a necessary journey towards self-acceptance. It's about understanding our motivations, our fears, and our inherent worth, independent of external judgments. Solitude, he argued, provides a space and quiet necessary for this crucial introspection. Through introspection, we begin to disentangle the layers of conditioning that have shaped our need for external validation. We recognize the patterns of people-pleasing, the ingrained habit of seeking approval to fill an inner void. This understanding doesn't diminish our feelings or experiences. Rather, it provides context, allowing us to approach our vulnerabilities with compassion and self-acceptance. It's a journey of self-discovery, leading to a deeper understanding of our own unique strengths and limitations. The process fosters self-compassion, replacing self-criticism with self-acceptance. This inward journey is not about escaping the world, but about creating a strong inner foundation, a sanctuary from which we can engage with the world with greater authenticity and resilience. It's about building our self-worth from within, rather than relying on the shifting sands of external approval. This is the essence of Schopenhauer's antidote, cultivating inner strength to overcome the need for external validation. It's a path toward genuine freedom and lasting peace. In our relentlessly connected world, the constant barrage of information and external stimuli can make it incredibly difficult to connect with our inner selves. The noise of social media, the demands of work and relationships, the endless stream of notifications. All these external forces compete for our attention, drowning out the quiet voice of our intuition. To overcome the need for external validation, we must learn to cultivate solitude, creating space for introspection and self-discovery. Solitude is not about isolation. It's about intentional disconnection from the external world to reconnect with our inner world. It's about creating a sanctuary where we can pause, reflect, and listen to the whispers of our own hearts. This doesn't necessarily mean retreating to a remote cabin in the woods. It can be as simple as carving out 15 minutes each day for quiet contemplation, free from distractions. In these moments of solitude, we can begin to unravel the complexities of our own being. We can examine our beliefs, our values, and our motivations without the influence of external pressures. We can identify the patterns of thought and behavior that contribute to our dependence on external validation. This process of self-discovery is not always easy. It may require confronting uncomfortable truths and challenging deeply ingrained habits. However, it is through this process of honest self-reflection that we begin to build a strong foundation of self-acceptance. The benefits of solitude extend far beyond self-awareness. It fosters inner peace, a sense of calm and tranquility that is impervious to the fluctuations of external opinions. It allows us to connect with our creativity, our intuition, and our authentic selves. From this place of inner stillness, we can approach the world with greater clarity, compassion, and resilience. Solitude is not an escape. It's a pathway to empowerment, allowing us to cultivate the inner strength necessary to live authentically and independently. It's a powerful tool for self-discovery, essential for building a life free from the tyranny of external validation. Here lies a fascinating paradox. The very act of releasing our dependence on external validation often leads to a surprising increase in respect and admiration from others. It seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? To abandon the pursuit of approval, and yet to find it unexpectedly bestowed upon us. The reason lies in the transformative power of authenticity. When we cease striving for external validation, we begin to live more authentically. We express ourselves honestly, make choices aligned with our values, and pursue our passions without the fear of judgment. This genuine self-expression is inherently compelling. It radiates a confidence and self-assuredness that is deeply attractive. People are drawn to authenticity. It's a rare and precious quality in a world often filled with pretense and conformity. Authenticity fosters genuine connection. When we're not seeking approval, we are free to engage with others on a deeper level. Our interactions are less about performance and more about genuine exchange. We are able to build relationships based on mutual respect and understanding rather than on the shaky foundation of seeking validation. These authentic connections are far more rewarding and fulfilling than those built on the need for external approval. The respect and admiration that follow are not the primary goal. They are a natural byproduct of living authentically. They are a testament to the power of inner strength and self-reliance. It's a testament to the beauty of being true to oneself, a powerful demonstration of the rewarding paradox of self-acceptance. The journey to self-acceptance is not about seeking approval, but about becoming worthy of it, simply by being yourself. Building a self that doesn't rely on external validation is a journey, not a destination. It's a continuous process of growth, self-discovery, and refinement. It begins with self-awareness, honestly examining our beliefs, behaviors, and motivations. We must identify the root causes of our need for external validation, understanding the vulnerabilities that drive this pursuit. This honest self-reflection is the cornerstone of change. Next, we cultivate inner strength through practices like introspection and solitude. We create space for quiet contemplation, allowing ourselves to connect with our inner voice, independent of external pressures. This process of self-discovery fosters self-acceptance, a crucial step towards building an independent self. We learn to value our own opinions and perspectives, trusting our inner wisdom. As we develop inner strength, we become more resilient to the opinions and expectations of others. We learn to make choices aligned with our values, even when they differ from the norms of our social circles. We embrace our authentic selves, expressing our thoughts and feelings without fear or judgment. This authenticity is not about arrogance. It's about self-respect and self-belief. The journey of building an independent self is ongoing. It's a lifelong process of learning, growing, and evolving. There will be moments of doubt and insecurity, times when the old patterns resurface. But with each challenge, we have the opportunity to deepen our self-awareness, to strengthen our resilience, and to reaffirm our commitment to living authentically. This journey is not about reaching a perfect state of self-sufficiency, but about continuously cultivating inner strength and self-acceptance. It's about embracing the ongoing evolution of self, a journey of continuous growth, leading to a life lived fully and authentically. Imagine a life unburdened by the constant need for approval, a life where your actions are guided by your own values, not the expectations of others. This is the freedom that comes with embracing authentic self-expression. It's a liberation from the constraints of seeking validation, a release from the exhausting performance of self that isn't truly you. Living authentically means aligning your external actions with your internal truth. It's about expressing your thoughts and feelings honestly, pursuing your passions fearlessly, and making choices that resonate with your deepest values. This isn't about selfishness. It's about self-respect. It's about honoring your unique gifts and talents and sharing them with the world in a way that feels genuine and true. When you live authentically, you attract genuine connection. People are drawn to authenticity. It's a rare and precious quality in a world often filled with pretense. The relationships you build are deeper, more meaningful, and more fulfilling because they are based on mutual respect and understanding, not on the need for validation. These connections are not contingent on external approval. They are born from a shared sense of authenticity. Living on your own terms is not about rejecting others. It's about honoring yourself. It's about creating a life that is deeply satisfying and meaningful, a life that reflects your unique passions and values. It's about embracing your imperfections, your vulnerabilities, and your strengths, all while celebrating the vibrant tapestry of your authentic self. This is the ultimate reward of rejecting the need for external validation, a life lived fully, honestly, and on your own terms. The journey to self-acceptance is not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's a path paved with self-discovery, introspection, and the courageous act of letting go. It demands honesty, vulnerability, and a willingness to confront the shadows within. But the rewards are immeasurable. As you shed the weight of external validation, you'll discover a lightness of being, a sense of freedom you never knew existed. You'll find yourself making choices that resonate with your authentic self, choices that are aligned with your deepest values and aspirations. Your relationships will deepen, becoming more genuine and fulfilling. You'll experience a profound sense of inner peace, a tranquility that stems from self-acceptance and self-reliance. This isn't about becoming impervious to criticism. It's about choosing how you respond to it. It's about recognizing that your worth is not determined by the opinions of others. Your value is inherent, intrinsic, and unwavering. It's a truth that exists independent of external validation. Embracing self-acceptance is a radical act of self-love. It's a declaration of independence from the tyranny of external opinions. It's a path toward living a life that is authentically yours, a life guided by your own inner compass. It's a journey of liberation, a journey that leads to a deeper understanding of yourself and a profound sense of fulfillment. The path to self-acceptance may be challenging, but the destination, a life lived fully and authentically, is well worth the journey. Embrace the journey. Embrace yourself.